Alright boys, so my synopsis of that was correct. This is the only thing that keeps this from falling out while it's static. But here's what's weird. So, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but the screw is still here. And you guys will not be able to see this, but I can tell you that pin is still there unless it's bent. And also, I can feel the governor arm. When I turn it, it is still there. So I don't know what in the bleep has gone on here. Something has gone off the rails. And there's a little shoulder and a step. So I don't know why that came apart. Unless the little piece on the end is missing out of this or something, but it looked intact down in there. Is that a crack or is that just oil running? So, I don't know what to think. Because that's there when it's running, the governor holds tension on it, that pushes it in. And this little, I don't know if you guys can see when I'm blocking it. I can actually put it back in, I'll show you, well you guys saw it. But this, I think, basically keeps it from falling out while it's static. And I remember when this thing fell out, I was going downhill too, which is weird because that's the way it would push it back onto the shaft. I don't know. Something has gone awry. I have a funny feeling that the gear is worn. If I could somehow magically fish it to the top and look at it, I may be able to work through the opening and put it back. But what's wild is I had it back on there and then it fell. I'm wondering now if this rod up here is bent, but I don't know. I might try pulling that out off camera just because, but in all honesty, this motor has come apart. And I'm not looking forward to that or liking the sound of that, so I don't know. On the plus side, when I take it apart, I mean, it is fixable and I got a lot of extra parts. There's also option 3, which I don't know, did I take the plug out of this one? I don't think so. I just threw the points cover and stuff over here. Supposedly this is a 17, but the only difference supposedly I've seen is the carburetor setup or the way they're governed. You know, hashtag Kohler things from the 80s and even into the 90s, because they never made a 16, but they said the 16Gs had a 16. So, anywho's. So, when I decide what I'm doing, that's when I'll come back to you guys with this project. But for right now, we are at a standoff, because I really don't want to take this motor apart, but I also would like to fix it. But it'd be nice to fix it right and not jerry-rig it together like I'm kind of doing. Kind of. It's not really jerry-rigged except for the coil right now. So, like I said, bon voyage for now, boys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the misery. It really didn't take me long to split this block, but half of it was already apart. Meh. Flywheel's junk, 2 magnets out of it. Crank's probably junk. I think the stator's junk. Maybe got 1 good piston? I don't know if I would trust the rod. Good spring and ball for the relief. I mean, there's a few little gadgets out there. The dipstick's good. Gotta look at the positive. So, anyhow, later, guys. Have a good one. Hopefully your machines are a little easier than mine. Nope, probably not. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. Well, howdy, guys. It's been, I don't know, weeks since the last clip I did on this, I think. I think I did a video, sort of, on this. I didn't really do a video of doing it. But I took that blue motor apart, Both case halves were cracked. I figured I wasn't losing nothing. Learned on how the governor stays in there, and I now have a good governor, and the little pin keeper deal seems like all that keeps that governor in place. Governor gear in this motor. Originally, the governor was floating around in there. Hold on, get my flashlight. And I had been... Oh, is that how that's adjustable? You turn that... Okay, I'm messing with my flashlight in a minute. But anyhow, was floating around down in there, and I have, through dumbassery, dropped the governor down in the pan, and I don't know where it went. So, I haven't been able to run this since the last clip. I've been screwing around with this on and off, putting it back on. I had it close a couple times, but I know the gear itself is cracked, which is probably how it come off. So it'd only be a temporary repair. But I am so torn what to do with this. I don't know. This is the second time this motor's been off. Originally when I got it, this cover here was cracked. And I did all that work to this, well, that's been the better part of at least 5 or 6 years ago when I got this, because it was leaking oil. That original cover is probably floating around here somewhere if I go and look for it, but I do not care at this point in time. So, yeah. So where my conundrum lays, do I split that motor in half? And I've already tried taking the exhaust bolts out and they won't move. I had trouble getting the adapter plate bolts out, so... Or do I try and get this motor running? The governor gear looks good in it. What does it run like? I don't know. Does the oil pump work? I don't know. Does the charging system work? I don't know. Could the crank be broke? I don't know. I don't know why you're asking so many questions. I am so tempted just to try and make that run. It has the same style adapter plate that one has, I think. At a glance it looks right. I may have to look into that a little more, but irregardless, have that adapter plate. I have this style adapter plate. There is the third style of adapter plate for these right here. It's in here somewhere. No, irregardless. I thought I put it in this box, or is it down here? I don't see it handy right now, but anyhow, there's a third kind of adapter plate for these. I have all three, so to split the motor or not split the motor. The problem is you have to unbolt everything to get the halves apart. And in all reality, I only have to pull this apart, like, I don't know, 3 inches? Thickness of my fingers here, 4 inches at most. I could probably not take the pistons out of the bores, which would save the head gaskets and jug gaskets. If I rolled it to one side, I could pick it straight up and down with come along or something. And in reality, this is not the week I should be doing it. I'm getting ready for the Dairy Ag Fair, which I've changed the oil in Super H. Take Gravedigger down, but I need to get her running again. Charge the battery. The 818 is in the trailer. It's going down to be a tractor pull tractor. And I gotta decide I want to take 2 more garden tractors. So, yeah. Anyhow, this video may get edited for this week and go from there. I do miss having my original long frame tractor. I mean, Fireball is the same thing, but it's still different. This motor seemed like it ran so much better, and it really upsets me to take apart a good running motor. I think most of you guys know and understand that. Can probably put it back together and not have a problem, but it just upsets me to pull apart a perfectly good motor because something is broke. But then again, something is broke, so it needs to come apart. 6 dozen of one, half dozen of the other. So, anyhow, that's where I'm at in debacle land here. Yeah. So, So I'm going to look into this, and in reality, either way, I should be able to fix this for about the grand total of $0, hopefully, now that I've jinxed myself. And put the old 8199 back in the yard. And I still have a 60-inch deck, but not the original deck for this, so maybe I'll switch the decks between the two. I don't know what I'll do there, but anyhow, I have one more 60-inch deck that can go on this. There's actually a 50-inch down there too, but I like 60-inch deck tractors, are nice to have. So anyhow, it's about 9 o'clock at night. It is July 5th, and this is Steve signing off. Just telling you guys what I'm up to. Later, guys. Never simple. The other motor is so tempting, but then you have to set the backspacing and blah blah blah. On the plus side, I didn't drop the keyway or the gear in the transmission, although close. Didn't fall in there. So your boy's still got his touch yet. Yep, so. Anyhow, later guys. As you can tell, I got the oil draining. Kind of missed the pan a little bit there. Got it mostly there. Missed a bit there. Alright boys, it's a new day here. After doing the tree removal with the 3910 this morning, give you an idea on time. I just put 2 nuts back on this block to put it back together. So my main thing I need to do, this motor, I don't need to split it to do anything else other than this governor gear. So, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I'm thinking about taking this jug off this side and put your hand up in here, and you guys, oh yeah, you guys can see, howdy, you can get your fingers up in there enough that you could probably get the governor gear on. Granted, the camshaft would be in here. Well, poo-doo, right there. So I'd have to go up around that side, but I think it would be enough you could do it. The main thing I want to do is get the old gear out of the bottom of the motor and put this new gear in. And pretty much, oh no, I dropped the screwdriver. I believe I covered this in the other video, but the old gear has a crack in it. At least what I could tell from the outside, and I've since dropped it in the oil pan, and I also have since lost my magnet, so I don't see it down in there, but I don't know where it went. So anywho's, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to concentrate on taking, this is technically the left side of the motor, but we're looking at it from the right side of this motor apart, and I think that'll be enough. I can do what I need to do. Even if I have to fumble about with it, I can do it. And then I just need to put this retaining screw bolt in behind the dipstick there deal. And then this motor should be good. Right? Sure. Take a, a little cleaning probably would be a good idea. So, alright. So I guess I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to go in and edit some more videos here after this. And that'll be that. And I really need to get on doing stuff for the fair. It's Tuesday already. The fair starts Sunday, but I have a parade on Saturday close to the fair, so the tractors that go down there are going to go down and stay. So, I don't know. So anyhow, here we go. Alright boys, got the shrouding off. I got all but this nut removed on the cylinder A jug here, whatever you want to call it. Now I kind of need to have a game plan when I take this apart. My thinking is, from working on the other motor, you can't get to the connecting rod bolts. I'm actually thinking they envision you to just split the motor when you want to take the connecting rods out, I think, because they're a royal pain in the you-know-what to get at. So my thought is I'm going to pull the jug up off enough that I can get the wrist pin out, and I want to try and leave the piston in the cylinder because A is I'm not putting new rings in it, and B is I don't want to hone it, so C is we're going to do it the half-acred way. Half-acred way? Is that a good way to put that? So Alright, that's my plan. That's what I'm going to try here. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to give her the old college try. You know how that goes. And I also scraped out a lot of junk. There's a lot still on top of the starter and obviously on the motor, but I got it clean around here or it's going to get broke apart. It's the main thing. I just really need a little bit just extra help from the bottom to work that new governor gear in, I think. So give this a try. Maybe you guys are screaming at the screen right now saying, Steve, you can't fish that governor up past there. I think you can because it fell down past there. So, I'm going to try it. I mean, if I got to screw with it for 3 hours or 3 days, guess what? I'm in my shop at the house. Who cares if it takes me 3 days? So, alright. Let me get after it here. I don't know if you guys want to watch or not. It might be painful, so I'll bring you guys back for the aftermath. Alright, boys. Hopefully you guys can see this. But, like I said, the gear is cracked, and this gear is awful dark. Like, this motor got hot. Which I'm sure it has. I've run it hot. Cracked the whole way up through. The other thing I noticed, and I don't know if that's what cracked the gear, or what even started this, maybe? But see, this flywheel weight is clear. It shouldn't be able to do that. It should be like this side. And that's what makes the governor work. So this governor was working at 50% power anyhow. And I have no idea how long it was like that. You know, was it like it just as long as I tore it apart, or did that blow and almost scatter before? This motor, and most of you guys won't remember the story, but this motor was rebuilt. And you can see the connecting rod scar up top there. See the chunk taken out? And I don't want to get this in this all the crap again, but I think you guys can make out the heat. See the heat out to here into here. Hopefully you guys can. I can't make it out on the viewfinder, but anyhow, so I guess start trying to fish that back up in there and see what happens. Just know you don't force anything, just let it be, and we'll see what we can do here. And again, I will save you guys the cuss words and just show it done. So that should be over this way. Should be the governor out. That should be the governor in. I have a test block. I can figure that out. So, alright. Be back with you guys if I succeed or fail. Well, if I fail, the motor will be split in half in the next clip. And I will just leave that side alone. And we'll go from there. Alright. Alright. I did have to loosen the starter to get the cylinder to come off. And before that goes back on, I'm going to clean that off to help with cooling and everything. There's a bunch of crap built up behind the flywheel too. And that's why you gotta watch, because when one of these arc off, normally they go up in flames very quickly. Very quickly. Okay, BRB, boys. As Alex would say after a few choice words, we're back. And can you guys can see the brown gear there, I believe. I've done it! I've finally done it! So, it is possible. Am I going to say it is faster than splitting the motor? Probably no. Because I could have split the motor, spent the time in cleaning everything up, put it back in, and maybe been about the same place in 3 hours? I don't know. I mean, may have been slightly faster, but slightly more destructive, so for the moment, we have won. As long as we put it back together and the governor actually works and it doesn't blow up. Okay, anyhow. So, really, let me use my 4 brain cells for good right here. All I gotta do is put this jug back on over here. Gotta take the zip tie off holding the Oh, what the heck would you call these? Technically the valve lifters? Oh, that way I could get in there with a long rod and help fish it up in. Where did that even go? I think I threw it after I was done with it. Oh, this. I had a piece of wire bent up to go in there. Some small needle nose. I took that and put that on the governor shaft in order to keep it up where it needs to be. And I just monkeyed around with it. I mean, I got it fished up in there, and then it was fished up in there, but it was backwards with the magnet, so I had to spin it around up in there. And that took a little bit of doing until I realized the end of the governor was pushed out a little bit, and it was hitting on the web in the motor, so I took a screwdriver, pushed that in, and I got it to flip over. Then I finally was able to work on trying to get it down on the shaft, and that's when I cut a hole in my table here and just stuck the crankshaft down through. So it is a vertical shaft for the second. And yeah, that seems to be the magical aura. And I'm probably going to put the jug on right here like this. It should make it easier, I think. And yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it for me on this one, boys. So we'll reassemble her and put her back on the tractor, and maybe tomorrow. If I don't get to it tomorrow, it'll be the next day. Just see if the governor works. If the governor works, the 81, there'll be two 8199s here working. I hope it works. I don't want to put the the chicken before the egg here. So, all right, I'm gonna clean all this up. I do not have a new gasket for that. That one was messed up. Did a gasket come off one of these? No, that one's ripped too. Dang it. So, alright. So, pretty much I'm going to do the old little bit of RTV game. I'm not going to go crazy like on this one. Just thin little line, guys. Thin little line. Everybody gets excessive with that. So, alright. I don't know if you can tell my voice, but I am thrilled. Because I was expecting to have to split a motor, and I just didn't want to. So, okay, now I'm done rambling. This is done too. Just needs decals. A friend of mine from high school is going to do this. Hopefully, at least that's what she said. You know how that goes. So, anyhow, be back in a little bit, or be back tomorrow, or the next day, or for you guys in 3, 2, 1. You guys let the motor get away. Where'd it go? Oh, down here. Really, just need to bolt the adapter plate on. The adapter plate adds on a fair bit of weight, so I want to get it down off the table, so my back is still in one piece yet. And put the adapter plate on, put the gear back on. I can bolt it back on the trans, and then I will put the intake manifold back on the carb and the ignition, and then be ready to rock and roll. It is like 9:45 right now or something at night, so I'm gonna call it a night, go inside. I got a bunch of videos to edit and stuff and try to get ready for the fair. So any hoozles till hopefully tomorrow. This is going to be kind of like my motivation project. If I can get this done and get it accomplished, I'm going to feel pretty good about myself, you know. But if I put this back together and it blows up, I'm not going to feel too confident about myself. Could go both ways. Could fix you, throw you over the edge. But anyhow, later, guys. Alright, boys. She's all put back together. See what happens. I got the battery hooked up. Pretty sure I got the ignition wires and the voltage regulator wires hooked up the right way. Seemed to be the way they jived, because one is vertical and one is horizontal, but don't know. Gonna turn the fuel on here. Let her crank over some. I did find the issue with the other 8199 when I was comparing a governor linkage. So, that's another video, but I guess without further ado, I would like for this thing to crank over and make sure the oil pump is pumping oil. And hopefully it'll sit here and idle, and we'll see if the governor works, governor. It seems like it does on paper, but, you know, once you get it rolling, it's when the pavement meets the road kind of deal. So, here we go. Alright boys, go or blow. I'm going to crank it over without the choke on for a little bit here. And we'll flip the choke on and see if she lights off. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, you know what? I didn't tighten the coil wire down. Alright. Didn't start, guys. Do you guys think we got the wires backwards to the coil, maybe? I don't know. Let's try just scooch of that. Kind of sounds like a wet bag of hammers at the second. Oh, that's the flywheel hitting. Okay. What is that touching on? Ah, the governor's working. I don't know if you guys can see it. That flywheel screen rubbing makes a funny sound. It makes me think like it's going to blow up. So is there not enough gas in the tank? What is going on there? You know what? I wonder if the intake's leaking now. I didn't put new gaskets on. Figure out what this flywheel screen is hitting. Is it just... I don't know where it's hitting, but it's hitting somewhere. Oh, okay. It's hitting down here, so that needs drove down, or the screen needs to come up this way. Alright, so that'll be an easy fix. To me, it just doesn't sound like it did before. All I did was take the jug off of this side, really put new governor gear in it. I didn't even pull the front cover off this. Unless the adapter plate doesn't sit down in there right, but that still wouldn't change that. I don't know, I'll have to think on it. But as a whole, the motor's good. Nice. Very nice. I don't know, am I losing my mind, or do you guys think it's getting quieter? I don't think it made that noise before, but maybe I'm being overcritical because I just had the motor on the bench upside down and on its side and everywhere it's not supposed to be. So I don't know, starts and runs good. I don't know, put air in the tires, put a 60-inch deck on it, and see if she goes or blows. Semi-happy with this. Alright, boys and girls. So I've set out and for the most part accomplished my goal here, which was to get both of my 8199 KTs back into service. And I'm trying to hurry with this video because as you guys can see, the sun's getting kind of low. So this is a 1984. What year is Fireball? I think it's an 81, ain't it? Let me see which style clutches it has. It has the earlier style clutches, so we're going to call it an 81. So this tractor, to finish it, make it right, it needs an air filter. What I'd call the little dome that goes in the air filter. It's missing the stud for down in the carburetor. The correct breather hose. It's missing the little rubber deal that goes into the blower housing, which I'm not too overly concerned with that. And just a good checking over again. I mean, this tractor was good last time I used it. The only reason I stopped was the governor wouldn't let me go anymore. And that over there is the original deck off of this tractor. And as any of you guys will know, swapping 60-inch decks is quite the chore, so I just grabbed the other one out of the parts pile for the pictures here. And this deck works, but it's a Sunday model, you can see there. And that's actually not the worst of it. The worst is there, I think. But anywho's, kind of been my goal when I found out what was going on with this. I'm glad the governor is a success. Something just bit the crap out of my hand. Anyhow, and I would like to make a pass with it on camera here, just to show that it will cut grass. I still got to hook up the drive shaft yet. And then I got to put both of these in somewhere for tonight, because these are the what I call the funnel KT air cleaner setups. They funnel the water right into the carburetor. Not a good setup. So anyhow, that's it for this one, guys. For right now, the 8199 KTs, both back in the yard. I also need the upper end of the latches for the lift assist springs. I have the springs, just not the latches. Unless I get some original style springs which didn't use latches and they just stretch between. Possibility, but highly doubtful. So anyhow, I'm Jabberjawn. Later, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. Alright, Alright, let's make one pass on camera. That way if it scatters, at least I got it on video. The headlights work? Oh. Oh, that's right, you had to wiggle the key switch on this one. Alright. First gear. So I got the front wheels in here. Maybe let's go second gear. I thought this deck was pretty noisy, but it is. Probably could be greased. So, this one runs way better than that one. And this is even a completely different carb ignition system. The motor's been halfway apart. Runs way better. I don't know if you guys noticed, that noise goes away whenever it's in gear. I'm starting to wonder if it's a bad clutch bearing from sitting. So, alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Later. It's getting late. I have no idea what time it is. 9 o'clock? Probably 9 o'clock. Which one is least likely to catch on fire? That's got electrical issues. Found some fried spots in the harness, but there should only be power there if the key's on, so maybe I'll put that inside. All it needs is the tire and the wires fixed. That rhymes. That can't be good. Okay. Later, guys. Get away from me, bug. Huh. Spoiler? We'll see. Meeting's Thursday. It is Wednesday. Son of a beach, that's tomorrow night. Darn it.